Don't beat yourself up on it. Get over it. Take those risks. Keep being you. Don't let the howling failures or the big mistakes haunt you. Oh, in the last few years, I've been doing a wide variety of things. I've had the opportunity to do lots of different things. They call it a sort of portfolio. But last year I ran a charity for a year, helping it turn around, get its finances in order, get its structure in order, get its delivery in order, so that it would become sustainable. Because one of the challenges with charities is that they are quite often very hand-to-mouth. So having the opportunity to work with a charity to make sure it could be more sustainable in the long term was a real privilege. And that was a charity that worked with young people, engaging them in free sporting activities and then leading on to personal development and training, which was an awesome privilege. I also did lots of other things. I was able to then set up an education company and list it on the junior stock market. And what else did it give me the opportunity to do? I then worked for 3 academy chains, supporting them to grow and develop. I worked for an international schools group, helping them understand really what quality education looks like. I think the common thread throughout most of my career is that most of what I have done has been about working with young people to give young people better opportunities. I was 16, living in Penzance in Cornwall, a small town, and I'd been thrown out of school. I didn't have any qualifications to speak of, and I was in the same situation as a lot of my mates. So a group of friends and I got together and we set up what ended up becoming an unemployment centre. We raised the money to get a building, and we raised the money by touring festivals. My more talented friends performed. I ran the kids' entertainment with a big bouncy castle, and we raised lots of money, but we were young people and we were at festivals. What's not to love? It was fantastic. I wasn't highly qualified. In fact, I never went on and got a degree. I will be the only chairperson of Ofsted who got thrown out of school without, having done very well. I got 1 O level. I got a B in biology. Very proud of that. And then went on to Camborne Tech. And it was just through hard work and persistence that I got that role and experience. So my career has been very much based on experience, not qualifications. I went from there from Cornwall I became something called a community service volunteer, which meant you are registered to be a volunteer and they placed you somewhere where all of your food and stuff was taken care of, and you basically got pocket money to live off. And I first went to work with a family in East Grinstead on a one-to-one basis with a child with difficulties. But I really, really wanted to work with young people. And my next placement was an organisation called the Richmond Institute, in a residential home known as the Therapeutic Community for young people aged 15 to 22, so they were older than me. I was 19. And they were there as an alternative to being in prison. And I absolutely loved it. And I worked my way up to being the senior deputy project manager and occasionally acting manager. And I absolutely loved it. And that gave me so many skills. Working in residential, you are there 24/7. You are absolutely at the cold face of it, but the organisation was phenomenal and we got day release training. So I actually got some qualifications. The top skill is to know your business and know the legal framework. So it's a knowledge thing, and you have to understand the legal framework in which you're operating, because you are responsible for keeping that organisation ultimately safe, compliant, fair and effective for its employees and delivering its business. So that's the knowledge thing. But in terms of actually being a chairperson, the next thing you need is the ability to support a team to be effective. So to make sure that your board is effective, and therefore you need to be able to listen and you need to be able to spot people's tells. So you need to be able to spot that facial expression that says, I got you, or that facial expression that says, I think you're an idiot. Because you need to unpick what they're thinking. And I suppose the final skill that you need is to be able to shut up. The first thing you've got to do, and this is so hard, and it is the hardest thing you'll ever do, and if you crack it, your life will be better, is to learn to like yourself and learn to believe in yourself. And that is tough because there are some people who are just born that way. Most people have to make themselves that way. And that means cutting yourself some slack. The amount of times you get up and say, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm rubbish at this. Oh, you have to learn to say, I can do this, I'm good at this, and I will get this done. Because if you don't, you will always get in your own way. So my biggest advice to young people is get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Because your negative thoughts are the things that are stopping you achieving what you're capable of. It's not your qualifications, it's not your personality, it's your negative thoughts. So my number one advice is get out of your own way. Number two advice is take risks. Failure is great. Making mistakes is great. And I have made some that are so howling that you think you will never get over it. I am haunted by press coverage of a very tasteless joke that I told. I have made some mistakes that aren't things that have ever led to anything good. Don't beat yourself up on it. Get over it. Take those risks. Keep being you. Don't let the howling failures or the big mistakes haunt you. People will all be looking that up now. Trust me. My third and final piece of advice is get people around you. Get your mates around you. Pick good people. The only reason I have ever achieved anything is because I back great people. And if I'm building teams and I'm getting things done, I always pick people who are better than me, who are going to want to be me, who are going to want to push me out of the way. Pick great people. And sometimes you don't know that they're great, and a lot of the time they don't know that you're great. They don't even like you. And sometimes just by fighting with you, they become better. So pick great people, and then when they're better than you, get out of their way. Don't stand there, don't stay there, do your next thing, take your next risk. I think there are lots of different things work for different people. Lots of people can just get up in the morning and look in the mirror and go, I'm all right, I like you. I do that every morning. Just get it done. You feel like a complete killer, but get it done. And then there are lots of people who need to read a lot of books. There are lots of people who watch self-help videos online. It doesn't matter how you choose to get out of your own way. But the important thing to say to yourself, today I'm not going to get in my way. So whatever I do, the minute those negative thoughts, that's me getting in my way. What am I going to do? And everybody needs to work that out for themselves. You know, if you live in America, you pay thousands of pounds on therapy. We tend not to do that so much here, but there is lots of good, really free online stuff for getting out of your own way. That is a critical thing. And so I just say to people, every day when you're planning or doing anything, just ask yourself, am I getting in my own way? And if the answer is yes, it's me that's stopping me doing this, then do something about it. And for every individual, it's a different thing you're going to have to do. But if you just ask yourself that question, am I getting in my own way? If the answer is yes, then sit down and work out what you're going to do something different.